California workers at most fast food chains with more than 60 locations will make $20 an hour starting on April 1st, 2024. It's a new law. An economist that we talked with said it will affect you.
Higher prices, but that's not all.
And most certainly there's going to have to be some price increase.
It's definitely the case that prices will increase. What is surprising is they're not going to increase nearly as much as a lot of the commentators like to think.
So the question is, how much more will you pay when you go to eat fast food in California? We asked three economists, professors from elite universities across the country, including Professor Orly Ashenfelter at Princeton University, who studied minimum wage increases at McDonald's and published his study in 2021.
If the wage goes up by 10%, the price goes up by 2%. It's not a projection. This is based on the facts. It's on the history. In other words, historically, when minimum wages go up, about 20% of the increase is passed through in prices. That's the way it's been for decades.
McDonald's and Chipotle both announced earlier this year that prices will go up in California when this takes effect, but they haven't said by how much.
All right, guys, on this episode of You Get What You Vote For, we have to go out to California, where they are slowly but surely implementing communism into that state, okay, because we have to revisit the $20 an hour minimum wage increase for fast food employees, okay? Last time I talked about this, we had to talk about how California residents were shocked, okay, and upset that fast food chains like McDonald's said that, hey, we're going to raise our food prices because of this, right? We got to start charging you more for food because the cost of labor went up due to the minimum wage increase that was instituted by the state and that was voted on by these woke progressive voters, right? And now there are more consequences to this vote as fast food chains like Pizza Hut are laying off thousands of delivery drivers. In fact, they're set to lay off more than 1,200 delivery drivers in Los Angeles because of this minimum wage increase. Now, people are upset because they have to go pick up their own pizzas, right? They're mad. They say, oh, I don't like this. I don't like the fact they fired these delivery drivers because they're too expensive to pay for. Now I got to use gas that's really expensive because they live in California, right? And they voted for the expensive gas. Now I have to go pick up my own pizza because of the policies that I voted for. Again, I try to tell you guys, the best way to red pill a leftist, a liberal, a woke revolutionary is to just give them what they want, right? Because they don't understand the consequences of what they want until they get it, okay? No amount of common sense is going to convince these people that, hey, their policies are bad until they actually experience the result of their policies. Now, common sense folks like us, we don't need an economics degree to know that this is bad policy, right? That raising the minimum wage of fast food workers to $20 an hour would not have a good outcome, right? That this is going to result in disaster and chaos, and ultimately people are going to suffer, right? People are going to lose their jobs because of this, okay? Lo and behold, this is the result. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this clip of liberals complaining about what they voted for.
Well, more than 1,000 Pizza Hut delivery drivers will soon be out of a job here in Southern California. The move comes just months before new state law dramatically raises wages for fast food workers across the state. Here's Joy Benedict.
News of these layoffs is certainly catching many customers off guard. Here at this location in North Hollywood, they are losing all 4 of their delivery drivers, effective in just a couple of weeks. They've been making it great for 65 years, but some loyal customers say these new cuts are leaving them with a bad taste.
Now we have to be our own delivery driver, I guess.
Rogelia Salinas came to pick up pizza for her grandkids at this Pizza Hut in North Hollywood as the delivery wait was too long. But after learning it's being canceled altogether, she's disappointed.
It's sad. It's very sad and disappointing that these big companies, that are franchise are laying off the working middle class people that are trying to survive.
According to
what else do you want them to do, right? What else do you want them to do? If they're being forced to increase the cost of their labor, right? Their labor is costing more. Then how are they supposed to offset the loss in profits, right? Because these are profit maximizing entities, okay? This is how the market works, okay? I mean, this is why our education system, it must be radically reformed. I'm so serious, right? We need radical reform of the education system, because if people had a basic level education, they would already have known that, hey, would be the result of that vote, right? It's one thing to vote for it knowing that, okay, people are going to get laid off, people are going to lose jobs, but, hey, the average worker with, I wouldn't say no skills, but skills that are not as valuable in the marketplace, that is, they'll get paid more, okay? But we accept the negative externalities and consequences of it, right? That's one thing. But these people are shocked that it's happening. They're upset that it's happening. Something that was easily predictable. Again, it's just amazing.
Documents filed to the state, this Pizza Hut franchise and hundreds of others owned by two of the largest Pizza Hut franchises in California are laying off all their staff drivers, more than 1,000 in total.
For me, I'm sad because lost my days. I'm happy working at Pizza Hut because easy and happy.
Ishmael Angeles has delivered pizzas here for 10 years.
I'm sad because my working is a delivery driver, and then helping here inside.
According to the franchisees, the layoffs are due to a discontinuation of delivery services, but customers aren't buying it.
So I think when there's a minimum wage increase, they look for a way to mitigate costs, cut expenses.
The minimum wage for most fast food workers in California is increasing to $20 an hour in April. So the timing of the layoffs isn't sitting well with many.
When it comes to, supporting a brand that takes care of their clients and their employees, I think that's big for me. So I think I might be looking for an alternative pizza chain.
Well, you're going to be paying a lot for a pizza, right? You're going to be paying, what, $40, $50 for a large pizza in California, right? That's what's about to happen. Now, I don't eat pizza, so I don't know. Maybe I could be exaggerating. Pizza is not my favorite food at all, okay? But, yeah, I mean, this is what they signed up for. Now you have people who were doing the job. Now, I'm not sure if that guy was doing it as a full-time job. I'm not sure if this guy is doing it as a full-time job. But regardless, it's not intended to be a full-time job, right? This is intended to be a job for a teenager, okay? A kid, a child. They're supposed to do this job. Like delivering pizzas, it doesn't require that much thinking. It doesn't require that much skill. It doesn't require the use of your hands or any type of real skill, okay, that is valuable in the marketplace. And that's not me trying to diss delivery boys and pizza drivers, but that's just the reality of this profession. Anybody can do it. It is entry level, which means you're going to get paid less. And you're supposed to use this job as a starter job, not a job to live off of, as a starter job. And that's what most of these fast food jobs are for. They're for kids. They're for teenagers. They're for people just getting started in the workforce and trying to get their feet wet and they're trying to move up. But again, when we have a society where we don't hold people to high standards anymore, okay, we don't expect excellence out of people. We want to essentially try to pay people who should be motivated to do more in life to do less, okay? We're rewarding people for doing less, okay? That's the problem. You know, when you have people that vote for this type of stuff, it is indicative of a cultural issue. It is a cultural problem. We have a culture where we don't value merit. We don't value greatness. We don't value excellence. Because we're basically telling mediocre people that, oh, okay, it's okay to be mediocre, right? There's no reason why you should try to do more in life and to try to strive for more and to move up and to get a better position and to be more productive, to gain more skills. No, we're just going to pay you so that you can live, even though you're working a job that on the free market, the wages don't really demand that much. But we're going to come in and we're going to rig the market in your favor. And then guess what happens? Chaos. People lose their jobs. Prices go up. People suffer. People who would have jobs now don't have jobs. Now this guy got to go find another job. And now, assuming he's working full time, hey, there's probably a whole lot of these other restaurants that aren't hiring these fast food workers anymore because they're too expensive. So it's going to be hard for him to get a job. When if he just would have kept his job, again, assuming he's full time, he's an older guy. So again, I don't necessarily know if this applies to him, but this applies mostly to young adults, kids, teenagers. If this job is available at a low wage, they can work the job, gain a skill, gain the experience, and then they can move on to a better job in the future. Put it on their resume. That's how it's supposed to work. And they're not gonna have that opportunity anymore. Okay, young kids are not gonna have the opportunity to gain these types of skills because nobody wants to pay a teenager $20 an hour to deliver pizza, right? Also, these same people who always race crusade about, yeah, black people don't have opportunities. Well, again, who's gonna be affected the most by this? All these young minority teenagers who are struggling to get skills in the workplace. Guess what? Less jobs for them. Less jobs for them. Again, we know when minimum wage is low, that helps and boosts so-called minorities the most because it helps them get skills. It helps them obtain jobs and income and employment. It gets them into the workforce. It benefits them the most. But again, you see this policy that clearly hurts them the most. They voted for it, right? Despite being woke. They told us that they're supposed to be against this type of stuff. Amazing. But hey, this is what they voted for.
Says he's fortunate because this location has offered its 4 delivery drivers different jobs here inside if they want them. But that doesn't help customers get their dinner. As the one out pizzaing the hut in this neighborhood, maybe any pie shop willing to drop it off.
And they're big corporations, so I know they have the finances to be able to pay the drivers. It's not like it's a mom and pop shop that they can't. So
yeah, but that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. These are profit maximizing entities. And in the free market, these companies are going to try to maximize profit based off supply and demand. Now, that is going to be what sets wages in the market, right? If Pizza Hut is not paying delivery drivers enough in regards to the value that they bring to the company and maximizing profit, there will be a competitor that will say, hey, in order for me to maximize profit, I need to pay my delivery drivers more. That is going to increase my profit, okay? Because delivery drivers are more valuable or they're being undervalued on the market. That's how the market works, right? So again, it's not about whether or not the companies, they can just afford to, pay the delivery drivers. They're selfish. They're greedy. No, that's not how it works, okay? When you own a company, your goal is to maximize profit because that is what helps sustain the business. That's what helps the business grow, okay? That's how you compete. Profit maximization. But again, if our education system was better, right, they would know this, okay? They wouldn't keep coming out here and repeating these silly talking points, talking about companies being selfish for firing overvalued delivery drivers, right? When you're talking about having to pay them $20 an hour. So yeah, now you got to do the work, right? You have to do the work. Now you have to go and pick up the pizza yourself, which again tells you that, again, the job in and of itself is a low-skill job. Because even somebody at the house, some regular person can go do that job, which is to go pick up the pizza, okay? It's really that simple.
It's sad.
Pizza Hut, as a corporation, did in fact send us a statement saying that they are aware of the layoffs taking place at some of its franchise locations here in the state of California, but they say all their franchisees are following state regulations in doing so. This particular location will end its delivery service on February the 5th. From North Hollywood, I'm Joy Benedict, KCAL News.
Wow, amazing, right? It's incredible. Now, again, of course, they're not going to come out here and say directly that, hey, yeah, well, we're ending our delivery service because of the minimum wage increase. They don't want that type of woke backlash, but we know what it is. We know what it is. This is what happens with progressive policies. This is what we try to warn you about this type of stuff. But no, you didn't listen. You voted for it anyways. And now this is what you get. So, hey, have fun picking up your own pizzas, right? It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.